What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim Sports Talk. We have another Sunday Night Football recap, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos division rivalry. You have Pat Mahomes versus Drew Lock. Really two pretty good defenses as well. What comes of it? It's a Chiefs win, 22-16, and we had a really good game, actually. The Broncos kept holding the Chiefs to field goals instead of touchdowns, which really made this game interesting, and there's a lot to go into this game. I just want to start with this. The Chiefs are the best at the 4-minute offense. Have you ever seen a team better where they got the ball? What did they end up with the ball? I think it was like 6 minutes and 7 seconds on their last drive that they ended up getting this ball. And yeah, with this field goal, they got it at 6 minutes and 7 seconds. They run a 5-minute and 3-second drive and get a field goal out of it in a 3-point game, making it a 6-point game, forcing the Broncos to use their timeout. So now they had just over a minute to get a touchdown, and Drew Lock, the young man, could not do it. He ends up throwing a pick. Tyrann Mathieu, second interception on the day, ices it for the Chiefs, 22-16. But wow, they're so good at this. They do it all the time. They get the ball with 5, 6, 7 minutes left, and they don't even give them a chance to get there, which was so huge. I was talking to DRG in the voice chat here, and when it was 4th and 3 at around midfield, we were both like, should they go for it? And I was kind of like, I see both, because if you don't get it, you pretty much ice the game, but I don't want to give Pat Mahomes the ball back either. Proves they should have gone for it against Kansas City Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. If you're not going against such a great offense, maybe if you're going against the Jets or somebody like that, you could punt it and trust your defense. And your defense held in the red zone, but your defense let up a lot of yards this game. I don't think it was a right idea to try to give them the ball. Yes, you held them to 19 points. But it wasn't a good 19 points. They drove a lot. Pat Mahomes, 318 yards and a touchdown. They had 134 yards on the ground. So 450 yards of total offense. You weren't shutting them down by any means when you are talking about the Denver defense. But what else we got? Yeah, Travis Kelce, 8 catches, 136 yards, and a touchdown. What a beast. We know that he's one of the best tight ends, if not the best, between him and George Kittle probably, as the best tight ends in the league. And Tyreek Hill had 6 catches and 58 yards, but he had a deep touchdown pass. If you didn't see this play, you got to go look it up, because it's one of the most incredible things you'll see. Tyreek Hill is running a deep post. Pat Mahomes throws it deep, and it just goes right off Tyreek Hill's hands. He should have caught it. Ends up just bouncing off his hands. A.J. Bouye is right there, and he gets a hand on him, and he kind of tackles him to the ground. The ball pops up and ends up landing right between his face mask and shoulder, and it just never hit the ground. It never hit the ground. But Tyreek Hill thought he didn't catch it, so he gets up all upset because he dropped it initially. As I said, it hit off his hands. A.J. Bouye did not get a hand on it then. He should have caught it right away. So he thought he dropped it. He thought he bounced off his hands and dropped it. So he walks off the field distraught. Andy Reid doesn't realize it, and they punt the ball with 9 seconds left on the play clock. And all of a sudden, Andy Reid looks up at the big screen and sees, wait a minute, he caught it? And then he looks down, and his punter's punting it away, and they couldn't overturn the call. What a crazy turn of events that the Broncos end up getting away with one there, and it turns into, 2 plays later, Melvin Gordon, 65-yard run, and they end up getting a touchdown on the very next drive. So you have a 14-point swing after that play. That was amazing, the whole turn of events there. Tim Patrick ends up getting 2 short touchdowns, and the second one was a beautiful one. He was running a fade route, kind of, more just going to the sideline, and Drew Lock throws a dime to him, and they actually call it an incomplete pass initially, but he comes down, and he gets 2 feet in, and they overturn it without even having to go to the booth. Great catch by the tight end Tim Patrick for the other touchdown. And the first one was just an easy out route from 2 yards out. All right. What else we got here? Le'Veon Bell ends up getting the bulk of the carries tonight. Edwards-Helaire did not play tonight, even though he suited up. He had a stomach virus, and they did not even play him at all, which is going to be proven pretty big, potentially, in one of my fantasy leagues. I was going against Helaire, and I'm right on the cusp of the playoffs. Got a zero burger. I'm right there. I got a 42-point lead. He has Lamar and Terry McLaurin and a kicker left. Anything could happen. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, back to this game. AJ Bouye, I thought, had a really good night tonight. He had a couple of pass deflections, but really it was Shelby Harris on the defensive line had two really big plays. Unfortunately, it did not come in a win, but he stopped on a third down. He got his big paws, the defensive lineman for the Broncos, to knock it down. And then also in the fourth quarter, he knocked down another one that could have potentially been a touchdown, forcing another field goal. Shelby Harris was pretty darn big in that defense for the Broncos. Drew Lock. I really like Drew Lock. I wanted the Skins to get him when he was coming out of the draft. But my man is a gunslinger of all gunslingers. Like, this dude, he right now is averaging the most air yards in the league at almost 10 yards a throw on average, and that's per attempt. And he also is dead last in throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. This guy never looks for his check down. Maybe it's because the offensive coordinator never has a touchdown. Of course he does. I'm just kidding. But Drew Lock just, he needs to slow down. He has the arm. He has the mobility. He has all the tools to be really good at the NFL level. He's just got to get used to taking what the defense gives you. And both of his interceptions were just plays like that. The last one was on the last drive, which is tough. It was 4th down and 10. You got to try to make a play, and it ends up not working out. But the first one was on the opening drive, and he gets away, avoids the pressure, gets to the outside, and ends up running left, throwing with his right arm, completely off balance, and just didn't quite get it in there. And Tyrann Mathieu comes away with the first interception of the day, and then also the one later. But meanwhile, so that's Drew Lock. Drew Lock, I think he still has a lot of talent, and I still like him a lot. And this young offense, he's got such a young core. Noah Fant is a second-year player. You have KJ Hamler is a rookie. You have even Melvin Gordon's not the oldest dude in the world. Philip Lindsay's still young. Jerry Jeudy is a rookie. I mean, all these young players on this offense, young weapons, build together, and this team could be lethal in 2 years. And Cortland Sutton is injured right now. He's still pretty young too. So when he comes back, this offense is got some opportunity to be really dynamic and dangerous in about 2 years, maybe even next year, to be honest. One more year for Drew Lock. Who knows what the Broncos can do as a team. But Pat Mahomes, dude. Pat Mahomes is just so freaking good. He had so many plays tonight that you just look at him and you're like, yeah, you are the best freaking quarterback in this league right now. So many times. I just talked about Drew Lock running left and throwing across his body. So many times Pat Mahomes did that tonight, and it turned into a completion. And finding Travis Kelce all over the place. And he may have not been the most accurate tonight, but even on his bad, quote-unquote, bad night tonight, 318 yards and a touchdown, 25 for 40. I mean, only sacked once. Also, he had 4 carries for 26 yards, running for a first down before the first touchdown running for a first down before the half. And that was a crazy series of events. We'll get into that right now. So the Broncos had the ball, and they set up for a field goal. And the play before the field goal was proved to be absolutely costly for the Broncos here. And what happened is that they throw a screen pass out to their tight end. I think it was Patrick, actually. I think it was Tim Patrick, who had a pretty good game, 2 touchdowns. But he threw it out there, and they had one blocker on Tyrann Mathieu, and he slips. And Tyrann Mathieu gets around the block and gets a hand on him. He had so much room to run. If he just made one cut, got around the offensive lineman and the DB, he could have easily got another 20, 25 yards downfield, making it a much easier field goal. Instead, it was a 57-yard field goal, and the kicker, who's their kicker now? I can't remember. It's a good kicker. He's actually pretty good. But oh yeah, Brian McManus, excuse me, or yeah, it's Brian, right? Now I'm second guessing myself all the Brandon. Sorry, Brandon McManus. As soon as I said it, I was like, I don't think that's right. Brandon McManus. He has a big leg. This dude can kick the heck out of the football, especially being in Denver, the Mile High City, air being really thin. He's got a lot of long field goals under his belt. This one looked pretty good, but it looked like some wind got it. It was like a knuckleball, and it ends up taking a left turn right at the end. Doesn't get it. It could have easily been made from like a 40-yard field goal or 45-yard field goal. Instead, it's a miss at 57. Well, this allows the Chiefs to then come in and score a field goal before the half, making it 10-9 instead of a 13-6 game. It's a 6-point swing. What do you lose by? 6 points. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stings to see that dude slip right there. Man, what could have got away? So, it's there was a lot to this game. It was a fun game to watch. I really enjoyed it. And you had Denver, who's one of the worst teams on third down. At one point, they were 7 for 11 on third down. They really showed up tonight and wanted to try to win this game. They just didn't quite have enough. Unbelievable, dude. Oh, no, I thought I messed up. But yeah, this is what decides games right here. They both had good time of possession, right around 30 minutes each. But 2 turnovers in a 6-point game is going to cost you every time. One of them did come at the end of the game, but still, that first one, you're driving, man. You made some good passes to get into their end zone or get into their field position, and you just end up making one bad decision. It's like Daniel Jones almost, but I even like Drew Lock more than Daniel Jones. But yeah, it's tough. But that's my recap. I don't think I missed anything. We can look through the notes real quick. I wrote down a bunch of stuff today. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. The Chiefs are one of the most creative teams inside the 5-yard line. They've done so many things. I've actually watched a lot of their inside the fives somehow this season. There have been a lot of primetime games with them. But they've had Travis Kelce run it in from inside 5 yards. They had Travis Kelce, I believe, throw it to Tyreek Hill. They had Travis Kelce come across the line of scrimmage, and Pat Mahomes flicked it to him. You had Pat Mahomes tonight. He ends up going in motion, then almost like trying to fake like he gets the snap, and it's a direct snap to Le'Veon Bell. You had them run a option, and they faked it, and they end up running a reverse to Tyreek Hill going the other way. They do so many things. They're so creative and so like Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy have this offense. They have so many things, and who knows what they haven't shown getting ready for the playoffs. But usually you want to hide these plays. At this point, they have so many plays that they're like, here, see them all. Now, when I get to the Super Bowl, you don't know which one I'm running. And all of these potentially could work. All of these have a chance. And it's so cool to watch. Very awesome stuff coming out of Andy Reid. Oh, yeah, I'd mentioned Melvin Gordon's 65-yard run. He had 15 carries, 131 yards. Meanwhile, Phillip Lindsay, 14 carries for 26 yards. You had 179 yards on the night, but you only get 26 out of Phillip Lindsay on 14 carries. He was trying to run hard. He just didn't have anywhere to go. I don't think he really missed anything. But Melvin Gordon, meanwhile, he had a great day, but he couldn't find his footing. Like, good grief. Like, so many times he slipped, and he could have gotten... He may have had 15 for 150 or 155 on today, but he slipped so many times tonight. It was wild. I don't know what. I didn't see anybody else slipping around. I didn't see anybody else having a problem. I don't know what was wrong with his cleats specifically that made it so he could not cut. But so many times without being touched, he just fell to the ground and tried to pop back up and get more. But who knows what he could have had if he was able to keep his footing tonight. It was wild. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I think that... Yeah, Drew almost had another pick. Frank Clark saved him. They were throwing an out route, and the safety was coming to undercut it. He probably was going to go all the way for a pick six, but Frank Clark, the defensive lineman for the Chiefs, gets his big paws and knocks it down, and ends up saving Drew Lock from his third interception on the day, making it a much bigger gap. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that is a wrap for this one. But let's get into your comments and see who's here. We have 6 of you watching. Thank you. Please, if you're new, subscribe. If you're not, thank you for coming back, and like the video, please, and comment away, and we'll go ahead and get into some of your comments. Kevin Harvick, so close. Yes, it was a good game. DRG, Discord was fun today. Yes, we did do a lot in the Discord. Let me go ahead and send that link into the chat here. If you are new, please join the Discord. We like to talk through the games as they're going, and it's a lot of fun. Kevin Harvick, Drew Lock sucks. He struggled today. There's no doubt about it. He definitely struggled. I still like him, though. I still think he has a lot of potential in that. He has a huge arm. He has the intangibles. He's got some legs. He just got to slow it down and take what the defense gives you. That's what all he needs to do. And it's going to take some time. He's only a second-year player. But unlike Dwayne Haskins, I just don't see the same potential as I do in a Daniel Jones or a Drew Lock right now. And I just see it. And I know it's going to take some time before I can say I told you so, because right now I definitely can't. I mean, he's throwing way too many interceptions, and it's not good enough yet, but I think he can get there, in my opinion. Kevin Harvick, the Honey Badger sucks also. I think you're crazy. I mean, how are you going to say he sucks when he has 2 interception day? I don't understand it. The whole entire Chiefs team sucks. They need to change their name. Some Redskins animosity. That's funny. Yeah, he's joking. The Chiefs need to change their offensive name. S1 STOF. Oh, once and for all. I think is that. I don't know. Oh, first of all, I got it. Sorry. Chris Sports Corner, what's up? Tyrann Mathieu is a dog. He's joking. He just doesn't like that the Redskins had to change their name. That's all. Let's see. DRG, please don't tell me you're one of those people. Oh, yes, definitely. If the Redskins have to change their name, then they should have to as well. DRG says 210 subs. Thank you. Yes, it was fun. We got 6 new subs today. We are slowly growing. The community's growing, and we're having a blast. So thank you for being here. Yeah, let's see. Anything else in this game? Yeah, the Chiefs did not have their best day. Man, 5 field goals coming from Harrison Buckner really could potentially screw me from getting a first-round bye. 17 points coming out of this kicker in fantasy. Big day for him. I'm still okay. I'm projected to win, but his guys kind of are in a spot where they could outscore their projection, where my guys are not really in that same boat. I got Antonio Gibson against Pittsburgh, who right now is projected 17.5, and I would be happy with that score, to be honest, because Pittsburgh is a fantastic run defense. And then I have Pittsburgh's defense against Washington. You got Raheem Mostert from Buffalo. Raheem Mostert can go off for 40. You never know what Raheem Mostert can do, especially in that run offense coming from San Francisco. Stephon Diggs, I mean, the dude's had a fantastic year. He is projected right now 18.9, but the San Francisco's defense is still pretty solid even with the injuries. And then he has his kicker just happened. So it's Antonio Gibson versus Steelers defense versus Raheem Mostert and Stephon Diggs. I have a 37-point lead. So I'm still sitting pretty. I'm still okay, but it's a little more questionable after that 75 yards run from Aaron Jones. That was huge in this league, and then 17 points out of his kicker. Who knows what can happen? DRG says, I can't wait till tomorrow. Yes, we will definitely. I'm going to go live again. I liked it. I think it's fun. I do have work tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm going to get off. The game starts at 5 still, right? 5. Yeah, I'm going to try to get home before 5 to watch the game, and I will definitely go live like we did today. It was a lot of fun, and I may just hang out through the night. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do yet? I don't even know. I'll definitely be going live after the game. And you know what? Actually, no, I'll definitely be going live during the Redskins game. Now, we'll see if I'll continue on past that. definitely see what's going on. But alrighty, guys, it's all good. Nobody's commenting today. Everybody's tired. It was a long day. We had a lot of fun. I'm gonna get going. I got work in the morning, but it was fun. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the big game. And until next time.